Another pseudo social distancing week. You gentlemen, you gentlemen have worked through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, has anything changed for y'all at all? Like optics, operation, has anything changed for y'all day to day up until this point? Because now we're in week whatever, day whatever, month whatever, and trying to get a gauge of what's what for everybody.
Not necessarily for me, but I can definitely say things have changed for like people, because you can tell like we're gonna get into that topic, but people having to work from home has really done a number on their site on their mental, and then not being able to have like the outlets, the necessary outlets to like let that shit out. It's been like they're like walking combustible, you know, things around here, bro. Like the way that they communicate with you, bro, about the smallest of things. That it's just it becomes such it's a large deal. So that's more so what it is. 'Cause I think right now it's not so much for my particular situation. My thing is more so just managing people because that's what I got to deal with on the daily. It's just like what they can come up with because they've gone all the way back to becoming children all over again in a way, where like you got to tell them no, don't do that. I understand you're stressed right now, but like you know get a grip on yourself, or like you know you're stop being selfish in this moment. This is a selfless act. You know, these type of things is like very minuscule ideas that you have to come up with, but like you still have to communicate these to people who know these things already, but they don't give a shit right now.
Damn.
Like all that stuff is out the window, bro. I hear you, I understand, but also I don't give a shit. This is happening to me right now, and it's just like, damn, that's crazy. All right, well, I guess we'll do this again tomorrow then.
Well, what is it? Because I'm trying not to generalize it. I seen something about generalizing race and people, and then how small the groups are of people that are doing certain things. Um, how much of this is a cultural thing to watch what the stress and the panic and the lack of and being manipulated for ultimately um, watching people sort of crumble under that and how they uh, displace their anger and their rage and it kind of expect you to understand. So we're in the store the other day, and the rules are what they are now. There's only so few people in the store at the time. There's only so many registers open. So now it's just these long ass lines when you get to the register, and because
People having to spread out their shifts.
yeah, because it's like you come to expect it. You don't really trip. So standing in line, and this old she was old too, y'all. So that was that old white lady. Um, she goes to her, and then it was funny because it was like the equivalent of white on white crime. So I was like, I was so happy.
You put up a chair.
What? Nigga almost opened my bag of chips in the line. Like, look at here. This is fascinating.
With that Martin.
Why was Martin eating them chips? But gee,
Bro, that investigating episode, bro, was the best. Go ahead, man.
so she slides on white breath because she had to be like late 70s, early 80s possibly, and dude she was talking to was like late 50s, early 60s potentially. So an age gap, but and she goes, is this the only line? And bro was like not here for it at all. It was like, I don't know. Like just completely dismissed her. I don't know. And she saw once she said that he wasn't here for the bullshit. She goes, yeah, because my brother made me this mask, but it's hella thick, so I'm losing air and I'm turning white if you can't tell. And she was like pale. And I was like, damn, she pale. She goes, they either gonna have to check my groceries out fast or get me an ambulance. And I was like, wait, what's going on? And she's like, I can't breathe. And she's telling bro she can't breathe. And he like, I don't give a shit. I'm trying to get out the store. I'm like watching this all unfold. And of course, the good Samaritan citizen walks by. Another old white lady just is like, "Oh my gosh, you can't breathe. Let's figure this out." So she makes a scene and is like trying to get all the workers, and a few of the workers come running, and the one dude is just like, "Hey, are y'all ready?" And mind you, we like 3 people back in line. Like it's not our turn. But everybody's so concerned about her. He's like, "Are y'all ready?" We like, "Yeah." He like, "Bet, come on."
Real response, bro.
And he goes, he's like, "Bro, I didn't seen some crazy shit in these last few weeks, but somebody faking about to pass out to get their groceries checked is insane." He's like, "I'm not here for it at all." But this is all white people dealing with each other, and I'm just like, "This is brilliant, bro."
Yeah.
Like, not a black person in sight for this whole transaction. This is like, oh, all right. This is how y'all giving it up.
Completely.
She was willing to fake pass out. It's like, so they're like, "Do you need oxygen? You want to step outside?" She's like, "No, I just need y'all to check my groceries out." It's like, so you dying, but you just need your groceries. That shit was so funny, bro. Like but it's the I thought that was hilarious because what people tend to do in these situations is sort of disregard what everyone's going through. It's like,
Completely.
like you're the only one that's struggling. Like you're the only one that's having a hard time. Like, oh, that's not really how this works. Like everybody's fucked up right now. What makes your plight that much more advanced than the next person's?
Bro, the people that can get to the bottom of that the quickest, like the earliest possible of getting to the bottom of that part is the people that are going to survive. You know what I mean? Because I'm already anticipating some people just ain't gonna make it. You know what I mean? Like it ain't got nothing to do with Corona.
At
Like,
all.
bro, y'all just not gonna make it, bro, because common sense ain't common, and the more you fall back into being a selfish individual towards other people, you know what I mean? Like not understanding what other folks are going through, just thinking about what your potential situation is the worse off you're going to be. Say when this whole thing changes and people get back to not giving a fuck about it. You know what I mean? Like you're going to build up a dependency that's so high in this moment where you think that people are supposed to listen to you because everybody's so worried about your health and all this stuff like that. Like you're gonna get to a point where things switch and you ain't gonna be able to switch back because you didn't build this up for yourself this entire time. So I really got a theory on folks who like you have 2 folks. You have the people that just aren't doing well right now, and then you have the folks that are doing well because they are building up a routine for themselves to get through this. But to go to another spot is that, okay, you built up this routine during these restrictions. What happens when these restrictions are taken away? Are you still doing those necessary things that you were doing during this time where everything slowed down in order to build upon something further, like to keep that discipline going further? You know what I mean? And that's my thought process in it. Is like, are you going to be able to do that going forward?
That's gonna be the part.
That's going to be the differentiator right there.
And in the most complex part of it for me, because there's so many people that I'll talk to and be like, "Yo, I'd never say this in person, but I'm having the time of my life right now."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yo, I could see that. You're free. Your bandwidth is like not tethered to no crazy shit. You're not sitting in traffic every day. You're not commuting amongst fucking insane people. You don't have all this extra shit going on. And then 9 times out of 10, it ain't even about no money shit. What they're referring to, they're just referring to the peace of mind to engage with things that feel beneficial to their being.
Presence, man.
And I think the hardest part is like when they flip the switch back on the world. Will people just disregard all these things that they uncovered about themselves in this moment, whether it be more family time, more outside activities as a group? Like watching, like, shout out to DB. We were interacting with DB on live and on him before this, but watching DB with his family damn near every day has been some of the most inspirational shit. Like Black Dad, like just trying like giving it up in a modern way that we ain't really seen a black dad before that's closer to us in age. He's got a son that's in that real important phase of high school, trying to figure it out. So the conversations are different, and I tell him all the time like how much I respect that shit. Same with Kevin, like all the homies that are dad. See, I hung out with Dill and them last night, and his girls like they got a whole different routine that's centered around presence for the family structure and sort of rewriting and redefining what that looks like, and the rat race, so to speak, kind of takes away from that. It just and for whatever reason, we can get so consumed by it where the routine you talk about, G, it goes out. It's the first thing to go. The routine is the first fucking thing to go. Whether it's your workout hype, if you read, if you meditate, whatever. The second the stressors of having to sustain a lifestyle, the things that make you happiest get sacrificed first. So I'm curious to see if what we've uncovered about ourselves, if we just throw that shit out the window once it's back cracking again with the allure of making money. And to my knowledge, and I could have this completely wrong, and maybe the struggle just hasn't been bad enough for me. Like I'm even open to that conversation. Mm-hmm. But money ain't really the value that we've put on money prior to this has always been unsettling.